Hello, welcome to another day of Greg Game Day Cooking. Today, I'm going to show you how to pre-cook some meat for your collard greens. I remember my mom them used to cook it all the time, and they boil the meat all day long. But they came up with a thing, a little slow cooker now, that mom them didn't have when I was coming up, that you can use. And you put your meat in here, and I'm going to explain to you how we do it as we go along here. I'm going to put this about halfway of water. This right here, I put in halfway of water. What we're gonna do, we're gonna season this water too once we get the meat in there. So first, we're gonna wash the meat off. These are pigtails. You can get these at any Walmart. We normally like a lot of meat in our greens down south, the way we used to cook it. Now, Paul Feinbaum wouldn't like it because he said y'all put a lot of meat in them greens. So we're gonna wash these off. I don't believe Paul could tell what kind of meat it was. That's what it is. But Paul, you probably had pigtails or something like this here, to this effect. And we just take these and wash these off like this. Drop them down in the slow cooker. And you notice I got some skin. This is skin right here. A lot of people don't know what skins is. I know Auburn coaches don't know what skins is. If he walked in here now, we would probably scare him because he don't know what this stuff here look like. I normally take scissors and cut the skin. The skin's already been washed. I used these before. I take it and cut them like this. You just drop them over in the water like that. I'm gonna drop them down in there. Now, this is what you call white, fat white, fatback, what they call it. I'm gonna wash these off real good because they'll have salt on them, you know. You don't want all that salt on them. Got it coming apart real quick like that. Wash these off and put them over in there. Like I say, Paul Feinbaum said he don't eat all that, the greens with the meat in them. I don't know what his greens taste like, but I know what these taste like. Let me wash my hands real quick. Let me peel this onion. I'm just gonna cut it just like this here. Remember now, we're pre-cooking for collard greens. It's pre-cooking for collard greens. We'll drop these over in there, the onions over in there. You never heard of pot liquor? That's what we're gonna make, pot liquor. It's gonna make itself. We're gonna add some salt, about 2 tablespoons of salt. Look, this might look like a lot of black pepper. This is gonna be about a half a cup black pepper. We're gonna take a spoon. We're gonna push all this down in there like that. We're gonna let this cook overnight. And tomorrow we're gonna cook the greens with this. Collard greens. Normally our mama boil the meat and then let it cook. So when it cooks so much, then they'll put the greens in there and then stir it up. But what we do now, since we got slow cookers, we'll let it cook overnight, and it's easy on us to next day putting the greens in there and starting it off with our meat boiled already hot, meat already seasoned. That's a good little trick for cooking collard greens or cabbage greens or however you want to cook them. Here we go again with Greg Game Day Cooking. We're gonna finish up the collard greens. I finished slow cooking the meat all night. I took the liquid and I poured it in my boiler right here. I had some collard greens in the freezer. They're right here. I'm gonna drop them in there.
Welcome to Greg's Halftime Picks of the Week.
This week, Alabama, after going through a long day with Auburn, a nail biter at the end, but we came back though. Now this next week we got Georgia coming up right now. Y'all, this gonna be a good one. Everybody's saying Georgia's gonna blow us out, but it's a 6-point spread. I mean, I'm gonna take Alabama. I can't pick Georgia. I got to go to Alabama. They thought they had a good team one before when we went up there to play them when they're all black. But I think we're going to take them this time. Roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Greg's Halftime Picks of the Week, sponsored by Greg's Breakfast Bar, where breakfast is just game-changing. Now back to the show.
We're going to take the greens and put them in there. Normally I put the greens in there before I drop the meat in there. These greens been frozen. I cut them before. And I froze them. You can always freeze your greens and cook them when you get ready to cook them, not when they get ready to cook you. But you can always freeze them for yourself. And you let this here bag kind of heat to that, and let them cook down in the pot like that. Believe it or not, once that cooked down, I'm gonna put these two over in there. Over here, finishing up the greens. I'm gonna cut up 2 green peppers. Don't worry about the seeds. These seeds are all right. These seeds and this in here, and the inside of it, they never flavor. The little small peppers the one to give you the devil because they be so hot with the seeds. You have to take the seeds out of them. I'm not using the hot peppers. I'm using regular green peppers to go in these collards. I'm gonna cut these up like this. This gives a lot of flavor. And I'm gonna show you something that a lot of people don't do with their collard greens, and then they be wondering, oh, they wonder why they don't have a good flavor. But I'm gonna show you a little trick, a little simple little trick. Greens are boiling. I'm gonna drop these over in the greens. I'm gonna add a little pepper. More than a little, probably about a teaspoon or so. I'm gonna add some salt. I'm gonna come back here and get the meat. I'm just gonna drop it over in there because it's such a deep pan. Drop the meat over there and I'm gonna stir it up. Oh yeah, baby. See that juice there? That's what we call pot liquor. That's what your mama fed you when you was a little kid. Most of the little black kids ate the pot liquor and cornbread. Now I'm gonna take some oil that I bring from Greg's Breakfast Bar. I'm gonna pour it over in there, about a half a cup. Bacon grease. That's what it is, bacon grease. I'm gonna stir that up in there like that. Look how good that looks. That looks too good right there. You know, like I said, a lot of people don't like a lot of meat in their greens, but I do. the little trick me cubes and stuff and all that. You can use that all you want to, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use real meat. I'm gonna turn the fire down real low. I'm gonna put a cover over the top. In about another 35 to 40 minutes, you're gonna have some good greens. Best greens you ever ate in your life. That look good, boy, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna hurt myself. Until next time, whatever you do, take it to the house.